Hello and welcome to the Daily Debate Live Wednesday with Taghreed Hussein here on Nile TV International. Well, tonight we'll be discussing a very important topic. We'll be talking about launching 4 new public free zones by the year 2026. And this is a very ambitious project that Egypt is actually embarking on, a major economic initiative with the launching of those 4 new public free trade zones that are set to be completed by the year 2026. And it comes of the part of the government's wider strategy to strengthen industrial capacity in Egypt and to attract both local as well as foreign investments, and also to expand further the non-oil exports. Those planned free zones will be distributed across key governorates in order to maximize the regional development and to create thousands of new job opportunities. They are expected to host a variety of projects while offering investors tax and customs incentives, boosting a sense of competitiveness. And tonight we'll be discussing actually this important file with His Excellency Dr. Mongy Badr, Minister Plenipotentiary and board member of the Egypt-UN Association. But first, let's have a look at the top stories of the day. His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received a phone call from his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday. During their telephone conversation, the two leaders discussed the latest developments in the Middle East, notably in the Gaza Strip. President el-Sisi confirmed Egypt's constant position towards Palestine, which rejects any trials of displacing the Palestinians and hurting their legitimate rights, which include holding an independent state with East Jerusalem as its capital. The head of state welcomed France's decision to recognize the Palestinian state in September, considering this move as an important step on the path of supporting the Palestinian people and enabling them to acquire their full rights. The two leaders had confirmed their intention to continue enhancing joint bilateral coordination, especially in light of the successive developments in the region, as well as the two countries' consensus towards the crises and issues of mutual respect. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli delivered Egypt's address at the Peace and Stability session of the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD 9, held at Yokohama, in the presence of world leaders and on behalf of President el-Sisi. Madbouli conveyed the President's greetings to the Japanese government and the people, praising Japan's long-standing partnership with Africa in peace, security and development, while commending Angola's leadership of the African Union. The Prime Minister highlighted Africa's pressing challenges: armed conflicts, terrorism, climate change, poverty, unemployment and mounting food and water insecurity, calling for strengthening support from the international partners led by Japan to reinforce national efforts. He underscored Egypt's role in post-conflict reconstruction, citing the activation of the Cairo-based Reconstruction Center and expanded cooperation through the Egyptian Agency for Partnership for Development. Madbouli further noted that Africa's ongoing peace efforts in Sudan, Eastern Congo, the Sahel and Somalia, including the deployment of the OSAM mission in which Egyptian forces will participate. The Prime Minister highlighted the doubling of African funding for the mission following last month's Malabo summit and thanked Japan for its support and urged the international community to contribute further to the Somali operation. Concluding his speech, Madbouli reaffirmed Egypt's unwavering support for the Palestinian cause, stressing the time has come not only to condemn Israeli aggression and systematic policies of genocide, but also to take decisive steps, including recognition of the State of Palestine, to safeguard the rights and future of the Palestinian people. Well, our topic tonight is we're talking about launching 4 new public free zones by the year 2025. A very important file. Egypt's preparing to expand this network of public free zones. We will be back to discuss this further right after this report.
Egypt is preparing to expand its network of public free zones, with 4 new zones scheduled to begin operations by the end of 2026. Hossein Heiba, the CEO of the General Authority for Investment and Free Zones, GAFI, said the initiative is designed to absorb growing demand for industrial investment and reinforce the competitiveness of the Egyptian exports in global markets. Heiba added that GAFI would work closely with the new Urban Communities Authority to accelerate infrastructure development and ensure the zones are fully operational within the targeted timeline. The decision follows approval by the Ministerial Group for Industrial Development to establish new free zones in the 10th of Ramadan, New October, New Burj Al Arab and New Alamein. The move comes as Egypt's 9 existing public free zones have reached an occupancy rate of nearly 95%, underscoring the need for additional capacity. All production within a new zone will be allocated for export in line with the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Trade's ambition to raise Egypt's exports to $140 billion by 2030. The expansion is designed to complement rather than compete with domestic investment, ensuring consistency with the national strategy of tapping external markets. The CEO further revealed that GAFI is also studying the activation of 3 additional public free zones, which would bring the nationwide total to 16. The free zone framework, he said, has already demonstrated its effectiveness in promoting sustainable export growth. As part of the meeting, participants agreed to form a joint working group that will include representatives from across industrial sectors. The task force will focus on refining operational mechanisms for the free zones and proposing practical measures to advance Egypt's investment and export objectives.
And we're back to discuss this important topic, and always a pleasure and an honor to have with us His Excellency Dr. Mongy Badr, Minister Plenipotentiary and Board Member of Egypt UN Association. Your Excellency, thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure to be with you tonight, and good evening for you and your viewers.
Thank you so much, Excellency. And of course, reading throughout the different headlines, TICAD 9 and His Excellency the Prime Minister addressing this important session of this important conference and delivering messages representing His Excellency President Sisi at this gathering.
In fact, Egyptian participation in TICAD, it was very active participation. We start with Egypt-Japan Business Council. It was yesterday 19. And during that meeting, Egyptian delegation signed around 12 agreements and MOUs. This agreement to cover education, IT and AI, car industry, and also vocational training for Egyptian teachers to go there in Japan to have more experience. The second point that His Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, he explained very frankly about investment atmosphere in Egypt and the challenge which we are facing. Also, with this challenge, in fact, we did a lot of miracles related to attracting foreign investment. Egypt is the #1 on Africa level, and also we are #2 on Arab level. And in the meantime, we introduce a lot of incentives, not only incentives, but also we have trained workforce, and also our teenage or youth, they are well informed by IT and AI, and in the meantime, our technician and the engineer, they are doing their business on European level, because we are south of Europe. So it's very easy for us to have direct contact with European, and in the meantime, the salaries of our people is very competitive. Also, I would like to add more point. His Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, he added that Egyptian market, it's not only for 110 million population. No, we already signed many free trade agreement. The total of this free trade agreement, the population more than 1,025 million population. So it means that the Egyptian market, it's a very huge market. So Egypt is capable now to attract small, medium, and big factories. Number 3. The Japanese people by nature, they like studying. So their decision, it's not quick like European or American. They usually took a lot of time to study and to have detailed studying. So Mr. Prime Minister, he concluded his speech by saying that we are ready to have joint venture even with public sector or private sector. In the meantime, we are ready to have joint venture in production system and also in service sector. So both of them we are ready, because now we are dividing our investment in industry in 2 branches. The first branch, the classic industry, which absorb a lot of workers. And in the second segment in industry is that we have industry which has high value added, like IT, AI, chemicals, and also green hydrogen, green ammonia, and also engineering industry. So we make a good balance between industries which are high value added and the classic industries which absorb a lot of workers.
Yes. Dr. Mongy, how do you see, Excellency, this sense of holding this important round, TICAD 9, how Egypt is viewing it as a platform of further cooperation between Africa as a whole and Japan?
You know, let me shed more light about this point. Most of countries already, they have a summit meeting with African, America, Europe, Turkey, India, China, and Japan. So most of them now, they are concentrate their direction to Africa. Why Africa? Because Africa is still, it's a virgin continent. Number 2, it has a lot of projects, even in infrastructure or even in mining sector. Number 3, it has a lot of population. The population of Africa, 1.3 billion population. So it has what we call, it has purchase power, it's very high. And in the meantime, it doesn't produce nothing, just as they produce in agriculture sector. Number 3, there is a competition between China and Japan, who is going to dominate African market. This competition, it's in our favor, because all of them try to present advantage from their side. And now there is a competition between Europe, America, China, and Japan. So His Excellency Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is the president of that initiative, NIBAD 2063, And this initiative concentrate on developing infrastructure in Africa. And this is matching with what other superpower they are trying to do in Africa. So His Excellency Mr. President exert a lot of effort to make coordination between what Africa need and what others they are present, how to help African people. The point related to TICAD, that round number 9, in fact, this round, it came with very sensitive situation globally and regionally. So Japan would like to prove to African people that it's a very peaceful country. It's ready to present IT and AI for African countries. And Japan, by nature, they concentrate on education and vocational training. What we can have with Japan attracting a lot of tourists.
And branding
Japan.
Egypt globally.
Yes,
such an important presence.
Number 2, technology. Yeah, it's a very advanced country in technology. And in the meantime, we use as an Egyptian foreign policy to make balance between our relation with East and our classic relation with Western countries. This, in fact, we practice this foreign policy very well till this moment.
Yes, definitely. Very important topic, actually, and from TICAD to Egypt, launching 4 new public free zones ready by the end of 2026. It's such an important and a significant launching. And definitely, Dr. Mongy, it's the timing itself has a special significance. Thinking this far-sighted vision to have this establishment of the 4 new zones. But before talking about the new public free zones, we are having with us His Excellency, Egypt's former top diplomat, Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Mohammed Al-Arabi. Thank you so much for joining us here on Nile TV International. Ambassador, we were talking about TICAD 9, and definitely a very significant platform that is binding Africa and Japan. Egypt's presence, heavyweight presence at this important platform, and His Excellency the Prime Minister representing the President attending. Ambassador.
Yeah, I think it is a very important platform, as just mentioned. I think Japan is paying more attention to Africa, and they're trying to have a lot of joint ventures there. Egypt and Japan, they worked together for many years in Africa. I still remember that in maybe in the late 80s, I think we started a very important program which we called it trilateral cooperation between Egypt and Japan and a third country in Africa. And I think this kind of project was so fruitful and served, the welfare of the people of some African nations. And the presence of our Prime Minister there, I think it shows that Egypt is putting Africa on the top of the priority of the agenda, and of course for the foreign policy of Egypt. And I think President Sisi, since he was, assumed his presidency, he's looking to Africa as a very important pillar of our foreign policy. And that's why the participation of the Prime Minister, I think it shows that Egypt is putting Africa in the right place, and also trying to have a sort of cooperation with different countries to implement some projects in the continent. And I think this kind of trilateral cooperation, I think it will work, and it will have a lot of good impacts on the 3 countries. It will be a win-win situation, and I think we can enhance this kind of cooperation and try to enlarge the scale of it and to cover a lot of different fields, especially in the clean energy and many other things.
Yes, Your Excellency, talking about Egypt contributing to conflict resolution, peacekeeping, and also counter-terrorism across Africa, across the whole African continent, is also a very important note worthy of attention.
Yes, of course. Egypt is, of course, has a very good experience, for combating terrorism, and I think we are also part of many UN missions and African Union missions in order to keep and maintain peace and stability in different countries. And our role was always successful and appreciated by the people of Africa. And we have a very good, I would say, credit in Africa for many years, and that's why Egypt could play an important role for maintaining peace and security and even rebuilding the countries after disputes and controversial issues, especially in the African countries. And I think the African people, they are always considering Egypt as playing a pivotal role in their stability and their welfare.
Yeah, I thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Mohammed Larabi, former Minister of Foreign Affairs. Thank you so much for talking to Nile TV International and highlighting more about TICAD 9 and Egypt's participation at this important platform. Your Excellency, Dr. Mongy, we were talking about the 4 new free trade zones that are going to be established by 2026. What an important file and an important timing as well.
If you allow me, let me go back to relation between Egypt and Japan, because it's very informative what I'm going to say now. The total trade between Egypt and Japan, it's average $1 billion. And for Japanese investment in Egypt, it's as a cumulative number, it's around $1.3 billion. But on a yearly basis, it's around $80 million. So this relation, we would like to push it because the Egyptian and the Japanese economy, we can double this number, not only in trade, but also in investment. What I mentioned, it's very close to what we are going to talk now.
Yes.
It's the decision of Egyptian government to expand industrial zone from 9 to 13 by adding 4 new industrial zone. But before I go in some detailed information about this point, let me refresh our memory together and your viewer that we have 4 items of this free zone. We have public free zone, like one in Bursaid. It's well famous for all Egyptian people. This free zone, it means that this area, we consider it as a part outside Egyptian land. So there is no custom duties, there is no tax. And the second one, it's economic zone, like Suez Canal economic zone. This is the total area of this economic zone, around 460 kilometers, starting from Bursaid, ending with Adabiya and Adi Sukhna in south. The third one is industrial zone, like 10th of October, New Burj Al Arab, and this the government present a lot of facilities, but it's not economic zone, it's not free zone. Okay? The last one, what we are talking now, it's a free industrial zone. What it means, it have a good combination between incentives which government grant to free trade zone and economic zone. The main difference is that we guarantee certificate of origin to all product produced inside this 4 free zone. This number 1. Number 2, we consider it as a free zone. So all raw material coming from outside in Egypt, no inspections, and it's come directly to the industrial zone. And in the meantime, when we are producing and export to any country, we are going to give the product certificate of origin. This It's like birth certificate, exactly. So what the benefits for this point if we are going to grant certificate of origin for the good produce in this four areas? It means that this product can enter to African market, Arab market, European market, and also Mercosur. Free from custom duties,
yes.
Free from tax. What it means for the Egyptian business people and the foreigner investors that we give incentives to our product to have the ability to make competition outside Egypt. This one of the main privilege this free zone will present to the investors inside this area. Number three, the old industrial zone already, as the report mentioned, already occupancy, it's around 95%. So we need badly to speed up the procedures of establishing this free zone. Where is this for? Number one, we are going to have one in Tens of Ramadan City.
Yeah.
The second one, New Burj Al Arab.
Yes.
The third one, October. The last one, New Alamein.
Yes.
So for
also
areas.
the choice, because those locations are very strategic.
Yeah.
And definitely it is going to contribute to increasing a sense of competitiveness. Yeah. And also bearing into consideration that such zones are going to be also attracting further incentives and investments to the country, branding the country globally, and more. Dr. Mongy, let's watch more here a report concerning Egypt expanding the export rebate program with nearly 45 billion Egyptian pounds boost in the year 2025-2026, and we'll be back.
The Ministries of Investment and Foreign Trade, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, have officially launched an upgraded export burden rebate program for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, introducing broader support mechanisms and a restructured framework to empower Egyptian exporters. At the heart of the new program lies a significant financial expansion, with the total budget doubling to reach £45 billion. Of this amount, £38 billion is earmarked for targeted export sectors, while £7 billion has been allocated as a flexible reserve to respond to sector-specific challenges and emerging export opportunities. To guide equitable fund distribution, the government has adopted a comprehensive economic model that takes into account several key factors. These include value added by exports 50%, export growth rates 30%, production capacity 10%, and employment figures 10%. This structured approach ensures a data-driven and impact-oriented allocation process. The updated program introduces a two-tiered system of eligibility. Core criteria include export volume and the economic value generated, while additional factors consider broader developmental aspects such as the participation in international trade fairs, the penetration into strategic markets, the branding efforts, the logistics and transportation improvements, as well as geographical expansion and adherence to international environmental standards, besides energy efficiency. These additional criteria are weighted flexibility to reflect the varied priorities of each export sector. Among the standout features of the revamped program are its inclusivity, adaptability, and transparency. It supports businesses of all sizes, from small startups to large exporters, and offers clearly defined eligibility requirements alongside streamlined, timely disbursement. The current 2024-2025 program, operating with a £23 billion budget, will continue without retroactive changes. For the first time, all disbursements under this cycle have been made within the promised 90-day period, and initial payments have been issued in full, free from tax-related deductions. To resolve long-standing arrears totaling £60 billion for shipments made before July 2024, the government has introduced a structured repayment mechanism. In a joint statement, Minister of Investment Hassan Al-Khatib and Minister of Finance Ahmed Kochuk stressed that the revamped program was developed following extensive consultations with the export councils. The government conducted detailed discussions with 13 sector-specific councils to gather insights, assess past challenges, and shape a solution-oriented strategy tailored to each sector's unique demands. The ministers emphasized that this initiative is part of a broader national agenda aimed at enhancing Egypt's overall investment landscape and export competitiveness. To support this, the government has adopted a flexible exchange rate, implemented supportive monetary policies, offered tax incentives, eased non-tax burdens, and introduced 29 specific trade facilitation measures to accelerate Egypt's integration into global market. The minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to business community collaboration, noting that £45 billion has already been allocated in the upcoming fiscal year's budget to support the new program. From 2019 to 2024, over £70 billion was dispersed to more than 2,800 exporting companies. For the first time, exporters' dues for the current fiscal year have been paid within the 90-day time frame, demonstrating the government's resolve to create a predictable and business-friendly export environment.
So we're back and still tackling this important file and talking about the measures that have been implemented to facilitate the exporting operation, and how Egypt government has actually positioned the free zones as a key drive for export growth. And definitely it is mainly established also to provide a sense of incentives to attract foreign direct investment. How is that going to help in this driving engine, let me say, Dr. Mongy?
Certainly, it will help to attract more direct foreign investment. And also, we can mention that this attraction of foreign direct investment, it's a policy for export. So
and expanding the industrial base itself. I guess this is not the end, but we are going to have even more four other
more three
or three
yes.
following.
So now we are planning for 4 industrial cities, and in the meantime the government already announced that they are studying to establish or to set up more 3. So the total, it will be 16 free industrial zone in Egypt. So I can say that this industrial zone will attract a lot of foreign investment. So, but we should divide between attracting foreign investment. Foreign investment coming from Far East, China, for example, is different from investment coming from Europe. Why? Coming from China, it's a matter of long-term policy from China government to allocate its investment in many countries, including Egypt, to avoid imposing this tariff by America or by Europe. This is number 1. Number 2, it would like to move from industry which have low or medium added value to high value added in IT and the AI. So it would like to allocate this in developing country like Malaysia, like Vietnam, like Egypt. This is number 2. Number 3, the very attractive location for Egypt. We are very close to Europe, and in the meantime we have a protocol of quiz between Egypt and America. So if a Chinese investment coming to Egypt, it will enjoy free tax exporting to Arab and African countries, free tax if we are going to export to Europe, free tax on Mercosur in Latin America, including Argentina and Brazil, and also free tax under the protocol of quiz when we export to United States of America. And also Egypt doesn't pay a lot of custom duties. It's just 10%. But if they are going to export from China, they are going to pay very high percentage as a custom duties. So it's good for China and good for us. It's good for us because we are going to enlarge the capacity, production capacity. The number 2, we are going to have technology. Number 3, we can exchange vocational training for workers, the technician and the engineer. Number 4, we are going to increase our export to Europe and America and other destinations. Because of what? I don't care about the nationality of the owner of the factory in the Egypt. If the factory exists in Egypt, it's an Egyptian factory. I don't care about it's belong to Madame Tagrid or myself or somebody Egyptian. No. It's the main concern that the factory located in or on Egyptian land.
Egyptian soil.
But how about attracting investment from Europe? Because of what? Europe now, it has a problem of population. So the cost of wage or salaries, it's getting very high. And in the meantime, the cost of energy very high. And they would like to allocate also some industries. In fact, last 2 years, we receive a lot of industries, especially from Germany to Egypt. So we can conclude this point that it's a very right decision to set up for industrial zone, and in the meantime, in the future, because Egypt is going to transfer from country with service sector and agriculture to industrial and logistic country 100%. So even these 4 industrial zones are not enough. Maybe it's enough today, but tomorrow it's not enough. So the government is studying to add more 3. So this is the right decision or right policy to enlarge the area of industrial zone in Egypt. This is number 2. Let me add to you another point. It's very close to social sector. If I am going to set up this free zone, it will be in desert. Okay? Or agricultural land.
How are we going to establish those zones meantime and make it environmentally friendly? Because this is very important. Very important.
This is very valid point. Yeah, don't forget that we have COP20 in Sharm el-Sheikh 3 years back, 2022. And Egypt, one of the countries which respect it's a commitment. So I think it will be a very close and very friendly industrial city. But let me add another point related the increasing of inhabitant area in Egypt. Since a long time, most of Egyptians, we are living close to river Nile banks. 5%. We increase it to 7%. Now we are very close to 14%. 2030 or 2035, we are going to reach 25% from the total area of Egypt. And it was a challenge, not only for ex-government, no, it's a challenge for Egyptians, just to leave this river Nile banks and to go beyond this in desert. And I think one of the most productive decision. It's this decision to enlarge the area of inhabitant in Egypt. Reaching to 25, you are capable to increase your agriculture land, reclamation land, and in the meantime to consider that national security.
Yeah.
It's very important to this point, to go to Sinai. And for New Alamein, Alamein الجديدة, I would like to mention the name in Arabic, not in English, but New Alamein. When they design or they plan Alamein الجديدة, what do they mention? They mention this area for tourist section, and the second area for the normal people to live and to enjoy their life, and the third one, it's for industrial zone. The last one to set up airport, international airport. So my point at that time, I mentioned how to provide opportunity for workers to live, because life there, it's 3 or 4 months. The rest of the year, what we are going to do, that they started to concentrate on setting up industrial zone. And at that time, I consider that it's a very suitable area because we are south of Europe. So the cost of transportation, it's very low.
Yes.
It means that your product will come in Europe market very competitive.
So at low cost, and at the same time it is going to establish a sense of competitiveness in the market, a very high sense of competitiveness. Definitely it is going to make life easier and offer also new job opportunities accordingly in that new area, and enhance also a digital dimension again that we need to mention this as well. Egypt, and in an era of digital transformation, how are we going smart also at those free zones?
In fact, for this free zone, I'm going to mention it. It's a free industrial zone. It's not free zone. So the main point for this free industrial zone to produce for export and to follow international condition
standards,
or standard. The next point that we didn't make any competition with local producer. The product will go out of Egypt directly. So there is no competition. And in the meantime, we are going to make coordination between local producer and the producer inside this free zone or free industrial zone, because I would like to develop the awareness of Egyptian producers, to give him to respect international standard, and in the meantime to change our culture. This is a point which I'm trying to repeat it many times. We want to change the culture of work for Egyptian. If we are going to open our economy and to compete globally and internationally, we need to change this culture or awareness of Egyptian people. But frankly speaking, that our teenage or youth, they are very capable to compete and to work, and in the meantime to do a lot of record, much better more than Chinese, Indian, and even European youth. So this which make me very optimistic about our new generation.
Yes, well noted, Excellency, and on this optimistic note, I thank you so much, Your Excellency, Dr. Mongy Badr, Minister Plenipotentiary, as well as the board member of Egypt UN Association, for coming to the Daily Debate Live tonight and reading with us the main highlights of the day. Thank you so much.
It's my honor and a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. And I thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. We have covered the CAD 9 and also read more about those important 4 new industrial zones that will definitely add competitiveness to the Egyptian market and brand Egypt globally. We'll see you next week. Many thanks for watching. I'm Tagharit Hussein. Stay tuned to Nile TV International for more coming up.